Hot. You're such a brat, Alex. And Andy Gomez is with us right now. And I'm going to answer your question a little bit, Andy. Sorry, you asked if past shows on the podcast section of iHeartRadio's page. So if our past shows are on there. I should know that. I don't know. Let me find out for you, and I will. Hey, want to get to this incredible story with Ty McLemore. He's a former journalist and, unfortunately, the victim of crime. Yeah. Jumps on the Red Line, which is the heavy rail subway line, right, that runs through between downtown and L.A. and North Hollywood via the districts, if you will, of Hollywood and Mid-Wilshire. So, unfortunately, gets on the line, the metro, the Red Line, and ends up getting people steal from him. So you're thinking, well, did they do this at gunpoint? What? Apparently, they were cutting out pieces of his wallet, like cutting out his wallet. All right, so I'm not. He's going to explain this to you because he is the victim, and he wrote to us, and we read this letter, thinking, is this real? Found him, little manhunt there. So Ty, thank you for being with us. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Good. You're a former journalist, huh? So this is terrible. What happened? Walk me through.
Yeah. Well, let me take you back. This actually happened about 2 months ago. It was actually on the Expo Line, which I think is actually, I think it's actually more shocking because, as you well know, that's just about a year old. In fact, I think this past May it turned about a year old, actually. Mm-hmm. And for those who may not know, that's the new Santa Monica to downtown LA line. It literally starts at Santa Monica downtown, and it ends up at 7th and Metro in downtown LA, actually. So what happened, this was about 2 months ago, about the first week in May, actually, and I was coming back from a late birthday party in Santa Monica. So it was about, say, 1 a.m., late, I guess it was like a late Saturday night, early Sunday morning kind of thing, 1 a.m. Mm-hmm. So I get on at Santa Monica, and, it's kind of a long ride. It takes about a good 45 minutes to get from one end to the other. So, as does happen sometimes, I dozed off, Get all the way to the end, didn't think much about it, got up, grabbed the bag I had, and then just kind of out of habit, I'll pat my pockets down sometimes. And I happened to pat my left front pocket and noticed that not only was my wallet gone, but my entire front pocket was cut open, almost like in a perfect, like, rectangular kind of a...
No! That's kind of a movie, Ty!
Yes. And in fact, I believe I sent you guys the pictures as well, right? I think it was a picture I sent or whatever. So, I'm in shock here. And of course, this is again 1 a.m. and obviously there's nobody around. There's no police or anybody on the platform, nobody wherever, whatever. So obviously I panicked. So the first thing I did do was obviously call and cancel, everything in the wallet. And then probably a few hours later when I found the first transit cop, and at that point, I'm trying to think if they had, they just recently switched over. I think now they've got like 3 different agencies that are actually patrolling. Well, at that, right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. That's exactly it. In fact, July 1st is when it's this new multi-agency law enforcement partnership. So they've got, the MTA folks, they've got LA County Sheriff's Department, LAPD, and Long Beach Department. But I do feel like we have to work against the apathy of sometimes you walk up to them and say, hey, I was a victim of a crime. And there is this weird, I get the sense, and I don't even ride the Metro that much, but they don't take you as serious.
Well, that's the problem. In fact, let me say this before. Before this happened, I've had 2 backpacks stolen in kind of a similar fashion. I was in those 2 instances, I was actually on the Red Line. And I just dozed off, had the bag next to me. Actually, one time I had it wrapped around my leg, and somebody, I guess, cut off one of the straps and took it, whatever. But anyway, on all 3 occasions, I find a transit cop. At that time, these were the LASD, the Sheriff's Department. I went up to them and said, hey, look, I just had my bag stolen or whatever. And as they start making a police report, once I let them know that I dozed off, they almost like clockwork, they stop. They stop writing. They put it away, and it's, well, basically that's your fault. You you can't fall asleep on the subway. I've been told this 3 different times, right? So that and in fact, the last time I was just so frustrated, I just walked off because it's always the same. So
that's ridiculous. So I mean, okay. So apparently, it is legal to steal from someone if you fall asleep on the bus or the train.
Apparently so, I guess. Actually,
that's ridiculous. And I'm sorry that happened to you. But, I think that's a real issue. And you really have highlighted something that's important because the city, the county, the mayor wants to, build more bike lanes. They want to encourage more Angelenos to actually get out of their cars. But when I hear this story, I'm not going to do that because you don't even take me serious when I'm a victim of a crime.
Well, not only that, but that's just kind of the tip of it. If you've ever ridden the blue line or say the red line, it's almost like you're sort of walking into like a third world sort of world, in that it's disgusting, it's filthy, it's dirty. I mean, I can tell you that I've been riding for at least almost a decade, primarily on the subway system, and I can tell you it hasn't been cleaned in literally probably years. I mean, it's disgusting, it's filthy, it's dirty. There's trash everywhere. I mean, it smells like literally like someone opened like a sewer or something. And it's hard to believe that in a first world place like the U.S., and certainly L.A., I think being the second largest city in the country, it's hard to believe that this is what we have as a transit system. And
sixth largest economy in the world. I mean, come on. And they've spent millions of dollars. And it's interesting. When I was in Korea about 2 years ago, we took the bus everywhere. And the bus, okay, it was so clean. I mean, if I dropped a piece of my sandwich, I'd still eat it. I'm just saying. I'd pick it up from the floor. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. I'm not going to lose that sandwich. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ty Macklemore, thank you so much.
Yes, you're quite welcome. Oh, can I just add one quick thing? Actually?
Yes, do please.
Would you ever be willing, because like I said, the best thing that could happen, would you ever be willing to do a show on, say, like the Red Line or the Blue Line? Those to me are like the two worst ones, in terms of crime, just in terms
of course. You're adorable, by the way. I love that he's like, here's my story, but I'm not done because I'm a former journalist and this is my moment and I'm not going to lose it. So I'm going to put her on the spot. Of course. You're awesome. No, that's actually a great idea. And so I appreciate that. In fact, I have another journalist in the house here from Univision. She used to be at Univision. And she pitched a story to us, and that's the story that's coming up next. So I am all about, creating great ideas from smart people like yourself. So, Ty, thank you. Please be safe out there, okay?
I will do it again. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for highlighting this issue. Thank you so much.
We'll be in touch, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, KFI AM 640, Sunday morning with Elizabeth Espinosa. Rocio Rivera, what's going on? KFI AM 640, Sunday morning with Elizabeth Espinosa. Ty was wonderful, huh? This guy who rides the Red Line, the Expo Line. And it's true, we want everyone to get out of their cars, but you don't want to use public transportation if it's dirty, seedy, and it's criminal. I'd be scared, right? I don't want to be a car snob, but I mean, come on, make it nice at least. I mean, in Korea, I was like, yeah, I'll take the bus. Look at that. I'll sleep on the bus. It's so clean. All right, I'm very excited about this next